Well, a very good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to continued coverage of the European Gymnastics Championships taking place out in Rimini in North. Practicing that for a while.
I think so.
This is not an event, this is just the opening.
Yeah, that's the entrance to the competition.
If only we'd have known, Chris, we'd have sorted something out, wouldn't we, for this broadcast?
Well, we might have done. But it is often what the gymnasts are most anxious about. What are we going to do when we come in? This is a bit more traditional by the looks of it.
It's the Swedish team. Sweden going round with Germany. They'll start their competition on floor. Germany and Sweden will have a little warm-up there. Out comes Spain. Spain starting on beam. And there's some very talented individuals in here. Oh, bit of paso doble, why not? Yeah, Spain haven't made a major mark, Chris, but they're on the build, another team that are building as well.
They are indeed, and they haven't qualified for the Olympics, so they'll be very happy to be competing here in the team final.
Netherlands here, smashing the intro, Craig.
Well, they're renowned for their choreography on the beam and floor, so obviously wanting to perform well and make a great entrance. Saying that, you know, Christine, we know that the Spanish team haven't qualified a team for the Olympics, but they have qualified 3 people.
Brace yourselves, everyone. Here come Team Great Britain. And a different looking team to what you were expecting maybe a month or so ago, Chris.
Definitely, yes. Well, we know that there was a nasty injury to Jessica Gadarova at the last World Championships, but her teammate, her clubmate, Ondine Ashapong, who's the current British champion, also picked up a nasty injury in the last week of training.
Quite a reserved introduction there by Great Britain. But the Italians, top qualifiers ahead of Great Britain. And listen to the roar from the home crowd here in Rimini. And I mean, it really has been their championship so far, Craig. It's been a golden time for them.
They have, in Manila Esposito has really led this team. 3 gold medals already, becoming the all-round champion, 2 apparatus golds yesterday, and be wanting to add a 4th gold with the team today. They are really the team to beat, and without too much duress, they should really take the title. But it's going to be a real close battle, I think, for silver and bronze.
Are they beatable, Chris, the Italians, do you feel?
Well, anyone is beatable on this format. You only have 3 people work on each piece of apparatus, and all those 3 scores have to count. So, you know, if somebody really has a terrible piece of apparatus, falls 2 or 3 times, it opens it wide open.
Is D'Amato there, took an injury, her twin sister Alice is still in the team, but that team has taken a big hit with the loss of Asia.
Yes, absolutely. So they also have lost one of their most experienced members. So, you know, it's a tough sport, gymnastics.
So as Chris was pointing out there, the format is 3 gymnasts per country go up on each piece of apparatus, and all 3 scores have to count. Italy and Great Britain are starting on the highest scoring vault. Great Britain beat Italy on this piece in qualification. France are on bars with Romania, and it wasn't a great outing for France on bars in qualification, so this is a key piece for them if they want to medal. They qualified 3rd. Spain and the Netherlands on beam.
And this, of course, a very tough piece to start on, but if it goes well, it's great to have it behind you.
And Germany and Sweden start their competition on floor. That's the first of the 4 pieces of apparatus for them.
I actually think this is probably the first time Sweden's qualified for a European final. They seem so delighted with the qualification the other day. Another team that's breaking into Europe. No gymnasts out at the Olympics.
Sweden have often had good individuals, particularly on the bars, but yes, I think for me it's the first time I can remember a team.
Well, they've certainly never got their hands on a medal.
Germany here in the team as well, another team that's failed to qualify for Paris, but they have a couple of gymnasts that qualified individually. You've got Schaefer Betts and Sarah Voss, who are obviously not here, decided to sit this one out.
But also giving the younger gymnasts from the country an opportunity to experience what it's like to compete at this level, because it doesn't it's a big help, actually, certainly for some of our younger gymnasts in Great Britain. Yes, we've had the injuries that it's awful that Undine had the injury when she did, but what's happened having the injury when she did has allowed the younger gymnasts to experience this, so that the Olympics isn't their first experience at that level.
Yes, absolutely. And Abigail Martin had been training with the team. We always, in the preparation, have the reserve up working. So she'd done the work, her routines were settled, and she's certainly taken a great opportunity to step into this team, making floor final.
Ruby Evans here as well. 17 years old now, Ruby, but relatively inexperienced in the international side of things with the quality of the gymnasts that we've had competing on the world stage.
Yes, absolutely. She did compete at the back end of last year at the World Championships, but she's Welsh. She's the top Welsh gymnast at the moment, and she's a great vaulter and tumbler.
And that's the key, really, to have a good vaulter in the team that can really help, quite literally jump your score up as far as the team is concerned, Craig. So although the difficulties drop down a little bit, do expect the teams that have vaulted to potentially have a little bit of a leeway on the other countries.
It tends to be, the scores in the 40s for the team on vault, whereas for the other piece of apparatus it's really difficult. So it doesn't give really a true picture until all the gymnasts have vaulted. But I would actually say more so on the women's side, it's after the beam, because we often see gymnasts fall from this apparatus. It's so difficult, and actually with 3 gymnasts up on each apparatus, all 3 scores count, so it is real jeopardy.
Well, all 4 pieces of apparatus working together, so the director has to choose which apparatus to start on.
We're going to start this women's European team final on floor with the Germans, this Karina Schonmeier.
A little bit of dance sets up the first tumble, and it's a very competent full twisting double back. Most teams choose to start with someone fairly steady. Front somersault, walk out into double twist. Very nicely performed, legs locked together. Now, leaps and jumps have to be in the mix. dance work has to match the music. She controlled that spin well. And that's an ambitious change leg to ring. So into this tumble, super high double tuck, just a little bit of a rebound. But a very steady start for Germany.
Well, Karina was 14th in the all-round competition. She scored a 12.766 in qualification on floor. First vault then for the Italians, the top qualifiers. Manila Esposito, all-round champion.
Very powerful approach. Wraps in the 1.5 twist, Yurchenko. Plenty of height and flight off that. Should score well on the execution.
Well, she posted a 13.566 in qualification. As we move across to bars, Morgane Osek, 21 years old, gymnast that competed on all 4 pieces in qualification, and she finished 7th in the all-round.
And she starts with a beautiful handstand and a very good pirouette, being able to join it into the flight to the high bar, back down to the low bar. These are requirements, pirouettes and flighted moves. That, the half turn to the high bar, she just lost a bit of tension in the legs. But here comes the big release. You have to release and recatch the same bar. Just a half turn. And another into the double front. A steady routine, that, a little bit not as difficult as some will see.
But a good start for France. One of the 3 routines through on bars.
Yes, France must have had a terrible time in qualification. They were 8th on bars, posting 1st and 2/3 on the other apparatus.
Karina Schoenmeier scores a 12.433. That's the first of the German scores. 2 more to go for them on floor. And the all-round champion scores a 13.6 for her team Italy. Swedes now on floor. That's not Georgia May Fenton, but this is Georgia May Fenton. Great Britain's first vaulter then, Georgia May Fenton, 6th in the all-round competition. And she posted a 13.633. So she could vault ahead of Italy here.
So she will do the 1.5 twist, very nicely landed. That was an excellent vault.
Beautiful.
They chose to put Georgia May up rather than Abby, who's got a harder vault, but mostly because she's such a classy performer.
Exceptional vault in there from Fenton, and actually she's so consistent at this vault. Like you say, we've got a double twist, but the way she executes that will certainly help the team hugely. I think better than Esposito for me.
Yep, I
marginally.
agree.
It didn't have the big bounce afterwards,
forward,
did it?
A little bit more block off the top, and that's obviously what the judges are looking for.
Well, Italy and Great Britain will be going toe-to-toe all the way around. It was Beam that really helped the Italians take that big stride forward. So Beam will be the 3rd piece of apparatus for Great Britain and Italy. Georgia May Fenton's job is done. Alice will be up next for Great Britain after Alice D'Amato. 2nd in the all-round competition, 21-year-old, and she 13.666 for Georgia May Fenton. Slightly ahead of Italy. Morgane scores a 13 for France. So back to the end of the vault runway, and Italy's 2nd vaulter, Alice D'Amato. took the second in the all-round competition, and she scored a 13.966. So a lot in the hands of this gymnast.
Big vault coming up. Here we go. Double twist in the Yurchenko. Straight down the line. Well, that should score very well, close to the 14.
That was very, very impressive. Plenty of height, good execution.
Very good vault for Italy. It was one of the pieces that Great Britain bettered them on.
Lilia Kosman now for Romania, the first Romanian to swing the bars, is 16 years old.
So important, this good handstand shape on the bars. And that was a very nice pirouette. She's done very well, just a tiny bit bent-legged as she swung back. You have to keep the legs straight all the time, unless they're tucked, but that was a lovely shap with half turn. There's the half turn into the front somersault to re-grasp, and a good turn on top of the bar. Full twisting double back. That was a good performance. Romania previously had problems with bars, but that was much tidier.
Tell you what, these medals could go anywhere looking at these first few routines.
Well, it's a long way round. But yeah, that was a good solid routine. It was a 7th ranked team on bars, so certainly something they've struggled with. Alice
goes over 14 for Italy with their second vault, 14.066. One more to go for them on vault. Great Britain's Alice Kinsella next up. Bronze in the all-round this year. She's got the execution, just needs to be consistent, and she can score into the 14s.
She needs to be steady here. Good run, good lift. Very nice landing, double twist, right on the line down the middle.
Yes, Alice, that was absolutely perfect. Just what Great Britain needed. You can see what it means, this energy in the team.
Well, so far they're going toe for toe with Italy. Really has worked hard on this vault over the last couple of years, and the fruition of all that training's coming off. You can see now just the slightest of adjustments on landing. Be round the 14s as well.
Kosman scores a 13.2 for bars. 2 more to go for them on uneven bars. It's ruthless, this format of 3 up and 3 to count. All so costly.
Now this is Ana Perez from Spain.
Alice Kinsella's score is in, and it's a 14.1. Brilliant. What a vault.
Well done, Alice, worth all the hours of work in the gym.
Angela Drioli will be Italy's 3rd vaulter, 17-year-old, capable of high 13s. This is the piece where Great Britain are looking to just get an inch on Italy. There's a lot of pressure on these final 2 vaults.
Well, this gymnast good on floor.
The judges are ready for Italy's 3rd vaulter, Angela Andreoli, and she's off.
Transfer the skills onto the vault. Oh, that was a great 1.5 twisting Yurchenko, plenty of length. So much power, actually, just struggled a little bit to control the landing.
It'll be interesting to see how costly that big step is. Very similar to the first Italian vaulter, Chris.
Yes, it was. Good direction, lovely height. I'm amazed she didn't have an extra half turn in it.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
It was beautifully high.
Style of Sweden.
Sky high double back, just a step out. And she hopped on the spin, but she got 3 round. a triple spin round. Super height on those leaps. Very nice 1.5 twist into straight front. Not such big high difficulty, but very precise on the landings. Nicely up on the toes as she dances. Oh, not quite round 3, but she'll definitely get the double. Series of leaps that have to be included. Needs a good, impressive final tumble. Double twist out of the round off. Very controlled performance.
From the Swedish floor champion, good work. Yeah, they've done very well to get into this top 8. 13.566 for Italy's third vault. Over to Great Britain's Ruby Evans. On the Welsh vault champion is Great Britain's third and final vaulter. Things going very well for Great Britain so far. Come on, Ruby.
Needs a good approach, a good flip, lots of height. What a beautiful vault that was, Ruby.
Wow, well, where did that come from? Popped off the top, bags of height. That will score very well, great vault.
Absolutely brilliant, and a smile to match from Ruby Evans. She had a lot of pressure on her shoulders, Chris.
She did, but she at the World Championships she tried out the 2.5 twist, and it wasn't just quite ready under the pressure. But she is a very good vaulter.
Cross to beam and floor. Sloth of Netherlands. She's only working on beam.
Well, this piece of apparatus is renowned for the Dutch gymnasts with their great choreography. Oh, just a little wobble there. Big skill, round off layout. Tiniest of adjustments. Much better, precise. Got to control these leaps. Keep the routine moving. Now this is difficult. 1, 2, double spin. Oh, and nearly fell again. She's done so well to stay on this apparatus. Such beautiful choreography. Just the dismount to go. Round off, stands up, into the double twist. Well, she stayed on. A few little errors there, but a gutsy performance.
Yeah, you can see why they brought her, Chris.
Yeah, absolutely. And as Craig said, the Dutch have been renowned for their beam work, but not quite so confident here.
Stiles scores 11.8 for Sweden.
Yes, difficulty down at 4.5 if you think our best floor was a 5.9.
14.066 for Ruby Evans. Some huge vault scores for Great Britain. A perfect first piece for them.
Absolutely, and this Laurette Sharpie.
Laurette Sharpie, the third of the French gymnasts up onto bars. She got her bronze at the European Championships a couple of years ago on this piece of apparatus.
You can see heavily strapped, had a couple of nasty injuries, but super pirouetting into the chape half. That's two difficult elements joined. Very good at the turn and the piked Jaeger somersault. And a pike Kachev as well. She's got all the difficulty here, just didn't quite link that. The top bar workers all link these elements. Oh, and that was a shame. She just ran out of speed on that last. That's a very difficult element. The Shaposhnikova from the low bar to the high. Most people do it from the toe on. She did it there from a clear circle, which is really very difficult to get the power.
Well, she was packing the difficulty in. France, no, they have to go for broke here if they want a medal, but falls are massively costly in this 3 up and 3 to count format.
Yes, 1 whole mark deducted. Oh, and she goes for it again to get the difficulty. Speeds up the Giants, ready for the dismount, double straight. Well, that was a shame. It was so very nearly there, and France needed that score.
The door is open already on the first piece of apparatus. 11.8 scored on beam for Florslov. Jennifer Williams will be Sweden's last gymnast on floor. 18 years old, a gymnast that's working on all pieces for Sweden.
Extension of the toes. Lovely technique in the double twist, not the most difficult. Not allowed to pause in the corner, got to work straight into these tumbles. Round in the double tug back, knees knocked together. Another solid performance for Sweden on the floor. Fabulous to see him in this team final.
Well constructed that, wasn't it? Had grace, elegance with difficulty, a few obvious tenths that she'll lose in execution, but I like that routine.
Yes, a very classy performance. She's got that natural style, hasn't she? And really just doesn't give many marks away at all. Lovely shoulder line, sells the routine.
A costly fall for Lorette Sharpie there, 12.433 for France. A lot lower than she would have hoped. Barbosu on bars. Romania's final gymnast on bars. Another gymnast that's doing all 4 pieces of apparatus for her country. She scored a 12.933 in qualification.
And we'll be wanting to better that a little bit. Good, ambitious opening. She did well with that pirouette and a super high. Oh, and she did even better with that. Super high Kachev went straight down into the packed salto. I thought she was going to take the extra swing, but she losing marks here when she swings with the legs apart. And a little bit bent knees on that transfer from the low bar to the high bar. Some lovely work. Pinged the dismount a little bit, but very good full twist in that double back. But she just gave a bit too much away.
She did everything she could to try and keep it going.
Yeah.
She was.
That was a bit of a fight. She started off so well. A little bit of an arm bend there. You could see she was just flagging a bit towards the end and pinged the dismount What we mean by that is if you release the bar a little too early, it makes this ping noise on the bar, and sometimes it can be a little bit flat. But she's through, and it should keep Romania in contention.
Jennifer Williams, a 12.9 for Sweden.
Yes, the judges like that as well. 7-9 in execution.
Vera van Paul on beam. Last to go for Netherlands. One of the more experienced members of the Netherlands team, 30 years old.
Oh, that was a super split in the mount. And 2 very nice, precise leaps. You have to join at least 2 leaps to get your leap series. Tuck back somersault, tiny loss of tension as she landed, but covered it very well. And you have to join 2 acrobatic moves as well. Here it comes. The back flip and the layout somersault. She was a little bit off, but she managed to step back and recover. Another of those requirements is a spin. Super side somersault. Now you have to be down low to the beam at some point in the routine if you want to be given your full marks. This has been a strong performance. Oh, well done. That landing is very difficult because you can't see the beam as you land. Change leg leap with a quarter turn. So we've had a couple of little wobbles, but nothing too significant. Dynamic into the dismount, lifts, just a double twist. Not the hardest part of the routine, but it was very clean.
Well, the Netherlands will be pleased to have got 3 gymnasts through. What a piece to start on. Beam. Always nice to get it out the way, but never nice to be the ones up there.
Yeah, and you could see there, she has to hope her feet have landed in the right place. You can't see them.
Well, certainly technically one of the best dismounts we'll see. Double twist, legs glued together.
Anna Barbosu scores a 13.5 for Romania on bars.
Well, it was a very high scoring routine, 6.2 in difficulty. So that's where she really got the benefit.
That's going to push them ahead of France after that costly fall from Laurette Sharpie. Chance to look back then at Alba Petitsko of Spain.
Well, straight into work, a layout, start. Very confident gymnast, lots of experience. Well performed front somersault. Just needs to stand up just a little bit quicker. Control nicely on the leaps. Acrobatic series to come. Flick, flick, layout, no problem at all. Gets the heels down, solid on the beam. And 2 more well-performed leaps. Oh, and a little wobble there, but well saved. Got a real nice tempo to the routine. Some great choreography. Dismount to go. Here we go. Round off, stands up into the double pike. Great routine.
What a dismount, bringing all of the skills from floor. We saw in the floor final yesterday. That was a fantastic beam routine for Spain.
She was so positive, wasn't she?
Brilliant.
She worked fast, didn't give the chance for to be unsettled at all.
A 13.4 for Alba.
Well, Alba already qualified a place in Paris.
This is the warm-up of the rotation number 2, the second piece of apparatus. Bring a confirmation of the results. Vera van Paul scores a 12.366 for Netherlands on beam. So here's how things look after the first piece of apparatus. Great Britain lead the way ahead of Italy by 0.6. Romania in third at the moment, and France outside the medals in fourth. But there's a long way to go in this competition. Netherlands bring up the field in 8th.
Fabulous start for Sweden with those flows, put them in 6th place. I mean, for those guys, I think the aim will be to get through clean routines all the way around and see if they can move from that 8th spot.
Very much so, and they were very charismatic routines, actually.
But already Great Britain and Italy have a couple of marks on Romania as they move across to their second piece of apparatus. Great Britain and go to bars, and this is a huge piece for both Great Britain and for Italy, with all 3 medalists from bars competing. Italy pipping Great Britain by half a mark in qualifying. How difficult will Becky Downey go? That's the question. Romania, France go to beam. Strong piece for the Romanians with the silver medalist and bronze medalist in action. France qualified with the 3rd highest beam score. Netherlands and Spain on floor. Sweden and Germany are going to be vaulting. So what do we think? How difficult do you think Becky Downey's going to go? Is she going to go all out, or?
Well, she's got several routines she could do. Yeah. I think she'll go for the harder routine than in qualification. But whether she'll go flat out for the very hardest, I'm not sure. I think it'll depend how warm-up's gone.
Beth Tweddle's alongside us as well. A great first piece of apparatus for Great Britain. 0.6 ahead of Italy.
Yeah, great to go out on vault. We know it's a strong piece for them, and they executed brilliantly. So they'll have the confidence going into the second piece. You've also managed to take in that atmosphere. Obviously, Becky will now join the team doing bars, so she's had the time to take in that atmosphere as well, and it looks great. Looks like the audience are behind the gymnast. So I think she'll go out for a harder difficulty than what she did in qualification. The reward is massive for Great Britain if they get it. And as we saw yesterday, she still scored a 13.6 even with a fall, and that's still a huge score for the British team.
Well, we haven't got long to wait to find out. This is the Romanians on beam, their second piece of apparatus. This is Kikuata.
And a good start so far for Romania, working with good pace. Oh, and
well held.
Well held, but it will be a deduction. You have to finish in that squat position to get the full credit for that. But this looks like it's built up for the dismount. 1 flip, 2 flips, double tuck, super dismount. The Romanians have always been absolutely excellent at these difficult dismounts.
Yeah, apart from that little bit of a mistake in the middle, otherwise a great routine. And you can see the tradition shine through. It's a very difficult dismount to link the 2 flicks into the double back somersault.
I did feel she actually had glimmers of the old Romanian style.
Second piece of apparatus then for Great Britain. Alice Kinsella first up. Great Britain here are going to need every 10th to stay ahead of Italy. They've got a lead of 0.6 at the moment. Come on, Alice.
And she needs to hit these good handstands. There's the first one. Make a good half turn into the front somersault. Good catch. Now this is the big combination for her. Kachev, catch straight down to the pack salto. That was good. Now she needs to swing this shap high and then take it into the ginger. Just the pirouette, which is always tricky at the end. Full pirouette, very nicely in. Big dismount, great landing. Well done, Alice. Very good routine.
Well, that is absolutely superb. She couldn't have done much better than that.
No, happy coach here.
Well done.
Relieved.
Come on. Come on, Great Britain. Silja Stoimer of Germany, 15 years old. The weight on her shoulders.
Oh, lovely full twist in the Yurchenko. Again, not the difficulty we'll see, but execution should be right up there. Plenty of height, plenty of flight. Great direction. Not be a lot to take off that. Should be up towards the 9s for execution.
Yes, very good technical vaulting. Doesn't carry the same tariff, so it won't be so high as some of the other gymnasts.
Well, Germany were in 7th, 12.966. Oh, sorry, that's Romania, Giguata. Colleen de Vuillard on beam. 23-year-old, she scored a 12.833 in qualification on this piece.
Good start, that change leg leap into splits, and she's clean on the free cartwheel. We saw her vault phenomenally yesterday, but this is a different type of skill, this beam work. Well done, the backflip and the layout, so she's fulfilled that requirement. She's fulfilled backward and sideways elements, and there's a forward one. And neatly into the 2 jumps. That's a bonus if you can link 3 elements. Just a little pause there. And that's a difficult leap series. You could see the concentration. And the side somersault, that's also a very difficult move because you're losing sight of the beam. The judges want to see whole body movements. They want to see a beam routine full of pace. Just a little wobble on the very relatively simple full spin. So a good start here for France, as long as she can land this dismount. Here we go, round off, double pike, that's the bit. That's very good start.
Vital tenths held there. France, 0.4 behind Romania. Romania in 3rd after the first piece of apparatus. Stilia scores a 13.2 for Germany on vault. 2 more vaulters to go for them. Alice Kinsella, 13.766. It's a huge bar score for her.
Much better, much better. She got her full difficulty, a 6-star value.
Well, Italy beat Great Britain by half a mark on this piece of apparatus in qualification. What can the all-around champion do for Italy here?
Well, a bit of a specialist on this piece of apparatus. Look at the height there, that was fingertips in that layout, Kachev. Really does work the bars well. A full twisting pack salto. This is a style all on its own. Really are leading the way in Europe on this piece of apparatus. Turn into the invert grip. Big dismount, the double front somersault. Well, that was a fabulous routine.
That was
one of the best we've seen of the championships. I mean, what height and flight on those transitions. Superb.
Absolutely. She's got a really natural style of all of her own.
Corinna Schönmeier of Germany next to go. Germany down in 7th after the first piece. She got a 5th place finish in the vault final yesterday. Can she vault the Germans up the standings?
Well, she'll certainly be putting all her efforts into that, and that was another lovely vault. It's the round off, half turn on, so you actually come onto the platform forwards and then straight front somersault off with a half turn. And she makes it look very elegant indeed.
Colleen de Vuillard, 12.966 for beam. It's higher than a qualification score. Elizabeth Goertz of Netherlands next. (29 years old).
Straight front into a tuck front somersault, lovely kick out. What the Dutch lack in difficulty, they make up for in the dance. Full twist out of the 1.5. Fabulous body movement. Look at the extension, the fingers right through to the toes. That's what the judges are looking for. Needs to show leaps within the routine as well as the big powerful tumbles. Work out from the corner without hesitation. Lovely double twist, just that little shuffle back. Well, another fabulous performance from the Dutch on the floor. Full of sparkle.
Yes, and a busy routine. She didn't hang around, she filled everything.
Esposito scores a 14.133. Big score for her and for Italy. Georgia May Fenton next to go. Took a bronze individual apparatus final yesterday on this piece of apparatus. 2 times Commonwealth champion as well. Come on, Georgia May. We're very sorry for the loss of pictures here. We're broadcasting from Manchester, so we're not in control of this, but we're working on this technical difficulty. Hopefully we'll be back shortly. We're here. We're halfway through the routine, Chris.
Yes, this is the last couple of elements, so we don't know, but that was a lovely full pirouette and a super dismount. We don't know whether the first part went as well as the second part. Let's keep our fingers crossed.
Well, it didn't look like she fell anyway. She was mid-routine, and I think with that flow, she'll have kept going.
Right.
Well, she was smiling as well, so that's always a good sign. I think that bronze medal yesterday will really build a confidence on this piece of apparatus.
Schönmeier scores 13.7. Marlene Gotthard, the last of the German vaulters. This gymnast just 15 years old, has gone for a 4.6 on the difficulty. She was in the vault final. We loved her vaulting there
We did.
Well, what a powerful little gymnast. We see a pop off the top. And that's how you do it. Yes. 1.5 twist in the Yurchenko. Solid work from Germany on the vault.
The atmosphere of Spain now.
That was a good spin to start with. Has to match it with impressive tumbles. Double tuck. Such a lot of marks given in these routines for musical interpretation. Another very clean landing. Not quite hitting the split on the jump. And the judges are eagle-eyed on the floor. It's very difficult to get a high score. 2.5 twist. Nice expressive work. Smooth in the spins. Well, that was very well worked to make the most of the music. Not the huge difficulty we see from some gymnasts, but very clean and tidy.
Well, the Spanish were in 5th place after the first piece. 13-1 for Godard of Germany. Georgia May Fenton scores 13.766. These are good scores for Great Britain on bars.
Yep, they are. So that must have been a relatively clean routine. Not quite as high as yesterday, but still a good score.
Lecce D'Amato on bars next. 21-year-old European champion this year and last on bars.
Lovely transition, the full turn. Straight into a huge Katchev. Stalled her into a Katchev. Pack salto down. Full of difficulty. Shap with the half turn, catches a top bar, locks out into the solid handstand, just shuffles along, turn into the invert grip. Invert giant, full turn, big dismount coming, double front somersault, that's how you do it! What a routine!
Well, Alice has delivered for Italy in every single final that she's been in. Absolute class act.
Absolutely. Actually, in previous years, she's been a little bit less consistent, but she does this double front so well, and all of the team are using this dismount. It's which is no problem. The team can all use the dismount, but it's a difficult dismount to land.
Well, they're putting in an incredible performance in front of this home crowd. Back to Netherlands on floor. That's it for Vera van Poel, I'm afraid. We'll join the Romanians on beam. Sabrina Monica Voinia. She took a silver medal in yesterday's beam final. A beautiful performance on beam. Romania in 3rd in this women's team final.
Well, absolutely packed full of difficulty and originality. Watch this opening tumble. It's as hard as it comes. Straight somersault with a full twist. Just a little hesitation on landing, but very clean. And then she goes straight back with a backward series. Here we go. Straight back somersault from a flip. She's so secure on these landings. Free walkover, split jump. Just the littlest stop between the two. And sometimes that will affect her difficulty score if the judges think things haven't been immediately linked. But she's improved greatly since she came up from the junior ranks on her style. Always been a great tumbler. Oh, and she had to fight there. She did that leap with the extra half turn previously, but obviously had decided to play a bit safer today. And the 2 leaps into a backflip. And like we said earlier, great dismounts from the Romanian team. Just watch this. Round off, backflip along the beam, double tuck, so secure. Well, it wasn't quite as free from wobbles as we saw yesterday, but it was still great.
Doing the team job, gritting her teeth to stay on there for Romania. Elizabeth Geert scores an 11.666 for Netherlands. We're in 8th after the first piece. It's going to be a big score for Alicia D'Amato.
It's not that one.
It's not that one, no. This is going to be big. It's 14.566 for Alice. One more gymnastical for Italy on bars before they move on to beam, which is another big piece for them. Well, here comes Great Britain's Becky Downey, 2 times European champion. She fell in the individual apparatus final, going all out for difficulty. What will she do here? How difficult will this routine be?
Well, here, this first move is very important to do cleanly. The full pirouette, and she does. That sets her up nicely for the Kachev with half turn, down to the low bar, straight up to the high bar, and then another Kachev. And this was what she made an error on earlier, but she made it this time, straight into the packed salto. Shap half needed. Now let's hope she's kept enough energy for this dismount. She's got to lift up high. Come on, Becky. She does.
Yes!
Fabulous performance. Well done, Becky.
Well, huge respect to Great Britain's Becky Downey. She went for the same routine that she did yesterday. It didn't go her way in the individual apparatus final, but my word, she's nailed it in the team final. Well done, Becky.
Super, and great that everybody had the confidence to let her have a go again.
Fantastic.
I did say she'd do it again, and she has.
Alba Petisco of Spain now on floor. She put in a great floor performance in the individual apparatus final yesterday.
This is a very dramatic routine. Such a powerful tumbler, watch this. Full twisting double back. Powers into a second tumble. Double Arabian, smallest of hops. Lovely flexibility on the leap there. You can't say this routine is lacking expression. Whip into the double back. Just gonna troll now. Fabulous so far. Can she hang on for the last double pike back? Yes, she can. Well, another fabulous performance on the floor. That was just something special.
She didn't bite the dust. That's the main thing.
Or the mat.
She smashed a lot of those tumbles there. Superb. Poignet scores at 12.666 on beam. Not as big as yesterday's beam score.
Shows you how those errors can make the score tumble down. It was a 14 yesterday.
To beam. Marine Boyer next. She's the last of the French gymnasts up onto beam. She got a bronze medal in the beam final yesterday.
And she has super rhythm. The judges want to see whole body movement. That means not just waving your legs and arms, but using your core. And you can see there a little bit of body popping and into the big series, the round off straight back. Oh, and she did so well to hold on to that. It's very difficult, the round off somersault along the beam. And there, the free walkover, split jump, flip. She definitely got that series. And you see how when she lifts her foot up, as soon as she puts it back down, she does the next skill straight in. A lot of the gymnasts like to tap their feet and take a little bit of time, and that's one of the things the judges deduct for. Cleanly into the split jump with half turn. And dancing here, super movement. And the side summer into the split jump half turn. That's a tricky little combination there. But smooth movement along the beam. The dismount has to count in one of your elements, so it has to be big, and it is. Lovely double pike. Bit of a fight at the beginning, but she quickly regained.
Hung on. Well, they're chasing Romania for that third place spot. Batisco scores a 13.233 for floor. Vault next for them. Great Britain's Becky Downey scores a 14.633. Yes, says Becky.
Yeah.
We all agree.
We do, we do.
She's already comparing that score to the bars finalists yesterday. You can see that. Lisa Ioria on bars now for Italy.
Well, a lot of pressure on this final gymnast for Italy. Lovely height there, the Stalder into the Katjev. Plenty of height, flies there, Stalder, half turn. Down to the low bar, shot half back up. Real crowd pleaser. Turn again into the inverted grip. Full turn, dismount to go. Double front somersault. Another good routine. Not the best we've seen in bars, but it'll score well.
Well, you can see why she took a silver in the bars final. Didn't let the team down there.
She certainly didn't. She gave a little tug on the bar. That was quite close to the dismount.
I was just thinking if she kicked out a little bit too soon there.
Yeah.
What a battle we're seeing here between Great Britain and Italy.
We are, and it's going to come down to the beam, isn't it?
Oh, Chris, don't. Next. Stay tuned for that. Oh, my word. Sweden and vault. Gravin first.
Oh, and just a straight Yashenko, we called it Yashenko after the first gymnast who performed it. The round off in front of the board, the flip on. And she's just doing it in the straight shape. The better gymnast, or the more skillful on the vault, will add a twist into that.
Gravin scores a 12.333 for vault.
Yes, that just tariffed at 3.6, so it's going to be lower.
Marine Boyer 13.733 for Beam. All the scores coming in now. Just waiting for this final Italian bars score. Just over 14 needed to stay ahead of Great Britain.
To go ahead of Great Britain.
The audio scores a 14.3 and they go ahead of Great Britain. The end of the second piece of apparatus. Well, here's how things look halfway round. Italy ahead of Great Britain. Romania are in third. France are closing. Look at that, so close between Romania and France now. Looks like they got the same score there, but execution will win out. Germany in fifth, Spain sixth, Sweden seventh, and Netherlands still down there in eighth. So Spain have dropped a place and Germany move up.
Well, this is going to be the piece of apparatus, I think, guys, it's going to determine. I mean, some fabulous bar work there from both teams, Italy and Great Britain, but I think Great Britain had the better result from qualification and narrowed. I mean, Italy had 1.4 on Great Britain on bars, and I think they really pulled that back. I mean, Becky putting in that big routine, obviously the gamble paid off massively.
Yes, for sure, and actually the British girls worked pretty good bars. The scores were quite tight.
Well, yeah, beam now for Great Britain. Actually, Great Britain were well behind Italy on this piece in qualification. Vital rotation this for Great Britain. Chance to see Manila Esposito, the new European beam champion as well from Italy there. Romania, France go to floor.
Romania and France actually tied with the same score, 77.498. Wow, then Germany are pretty close behind.
Well, France got the third highest floor score in qualification, but Boigny of Romania took the silver yesterday on floor.
And of course, actually, France took the top score in qualification on vault. So you'd have to, if you were betting, you'd have to be putting your money on France here.
Germany, Sweden over on bars, and Spain and Netherlands on vault. But it's quick when there's just four pieces of apparatus. We are already just halfway around the competition. So beam is going to be huge for Great Britain.
And all the gymnasts have a 30-second warm-up just to feel. It's something they practice in training. What do you do? They know what they do in their 30 seconds to just feel the apparatus and get ready.
Well, Marine Boyer will be first to go for France on floor. Interested to see if they let the Italian go first on bars or they'll hold her. Judges are ready for the start of the third rotation. Marine Boyer, 23 years old. All pieces of apparatus for her today. Real team gymnast.
Lovely control at the start. Very elegant, graceful gymnast. Ups the tempo for the tumble. Full twist into a tuck front. Relatively safe opening pass. Fabulous movement of the body and extension. Whips up into the double pipe bike. Great control leg, right by the face. Oh, did well there. Sensational performance. Class act on this piece of apparatus. Not the difficulty, but super stylish, Christine.
Yeah, very, very special style of her own. Only used 2 tumbles, which means she doesn't have too many landing deductions. And she really sold it well.
Story of Germany. Germans in 5th place.
Germany usually very strong on the uneven bars. This is a good start. Favoured the pirouette straight into the Shap and then the Shap half. So she's done all her bar transfers. Super clean handstand shape. Here comes the release, and she just bent the legs a little bit as she released. So that'll be a small deduction from the judges. Here comes the dismount, just a double tuck. Really quite a basic routine at this level.
Yeah, very similar to the vault, very clean, just lacking a little bit of the difficulty, but again, that's something that comes over time. Spain on vault. Well round, full twist in, Yurchenko. No real problems there. Very solid vault. A lot of the big hitters for Germany are not here. Obviously saving themselves for the Olympics, so great for these inexperienced gymnasts to get that valuable experience. But it looks like they've got good foundations, the Germans.
Oh yeah, they always have good good technique.
12.9 for Spain. Second vaulter. The last vaulter will be Petisco. This is Spain's second vaulter.
And lovely power, actually. One of the nicest 1.5 twists we've seen there. Little slight gymnast, but with plenty of power.
Yeah, lovely extension in the twist as well.
Well, Marine Boyer scores a 12.733 for France. Nothing between France and Romania at the moment. Toe-to-toe, 10th for 10th, everything vital. Emilia Gigoarte of Romania, 12.733. Can this stay in third.
Well, that was a very well-controlled spin. Nice full twisting double back. Quite soft style. And just the Arabian into the twist. Very nice leap and very good extension through the dance work. Ambitious combination of spins. And sets up that jump well. Good double tuck with a little step forwards on the landing. And for me, I think that was a little bit too basic dance work. I think the judges will deduct a little bit for that. Very nice and clean and classy.
Netherlands and Vera van Poel vault.
Oh, another 1.5 twist in the Yurchenko. Hard to separate these vaults, all of a very good standard. Good, powerful block, wraps in. You can see the 1.5 twist just inside the lines. Smiles for Van Poel.
Netherlands down in 8th, halfway round. Looking to get themselves further up the standings here. She likes the look of that score. 13.2 for Volman.
9 on execution. That's always a good sign.
And there's Vera van Poel's score, a 13.7. Last gymnast we saw vaulting. Germany now, and Sean Meyer, 18 years old, 14th in the all-round competition. Germany in 5th, halfway round.
Yeah, Germany having a great team competition, very solid, very consistent work. A little bit short on that handstand, toe on. Oh, lovely height there with the shap with the half turn, just a little leg separation. Good line in the handstand. Katchev a little bit flat. Full turn. Winds up, full twisting double back, efficient routine. Again, just needs a little bit more difficulty, but certainly some good foundations in this team.
I just want to let you know we're not in control of the pictures here, so I'm not sure what's going on in that top group. 12.6 for Gigawata of Romania. So Manila Esposito of Italy, the second beam worker for Italy. European champion on this piece yesterday. All-round champion as well. It's a vital beam routine.
And such an impressive start. You really see her going for broke there. Confident in these leaps, she just hits the split position. Smooth in that free walkover. Every movement is accompanied by a soft arm movement, so it becomes a dance rather than just a series of steps, and that's what makes her really quite exceptional on the beam. Here comes the spin. Triple spin, but that was a little bit wobbly. She recovered it. And the Valdez little turn up of the toe, a little style thing there. So it's so smooth, this routine. She really works the beam with expression and confidence. See the big focus for the dismount. Push off the hands in the round off, double pike. Another fabulous beam routine from Esposito.
She really has led this team in this championships.
Phenomenal work.
It's just consistency, consistency. She's banging out these routines for fun. You know, and this piece of apparatus is so difficult at the best of times. Height off the end of the beam like she's on the floor. Huge double pike back.
Well, that follows a score from Georgia May Fenton of 11.9. Must have taken a fall there. Sean Meyer scores a 13. Across to bars and Sweden with Natalie Westlund. She was 6th in the bars final.
Opting to start on the low bar. Lovely back swing there. Full turn. Stoop into a high catch here. Pack salto. Virtuoso on the release. Shap with the half turn. This is beautiful work. Half turn. High Jaeger somersault. Pack with difficulty. Great line in the handstand. Dismount to go. Big wind up. Into a huge double layout. Fabulous bar work.
We can see why she was in the bars final. Absolutely superb stuff for Sweden, and no doubt that went a long way in helping them qualify for this team final, that routine.
Yes, they've previously had really excellent bar workers, champions, certainly of Europe. But this was pretty special, this beam work as well. Actually, in the past, Italy have not been so strong on beam. This is a very good team on the beam.
Well, Italy were 0.3 ahead of Great Britain going up to this piece. 13.966 for the all-round champion. Big score for Italy. Great Britain's Alice Kinsella next to mount the beam. European champion on this piece back in 2019. What can Alice do for Great Britain here? Needs every 10th.
And holds that mount very nicely. Needs to keep her rhythm. Little backward roll on the beam. This is the difficult squat spin. But negotiates it just fine. Into the difficult combination here. Free walkover, makes the join to the split jump and the straddle jump. That's what she needs. Beautifully high on the toes, but she needs to be secure in the acrobatic series as well. Here it goes, free cartwheel layout, somersault, well held. Needs to speed up a little bit and show mastery here. The judges have deductions for lack of mastery, but that's very nice sideways element. Now she's already done 2 jumps that have linked, but she gets bonus if she can link these 2. And nice and cleanly in there. Has to move smoothly into the dismount. Big push off the hands, snap the feet into the beam, 2.5 twist, just a little hop forwards. Well done, Alice. She'll be pleased and delighted with that performance.
Great Britain very much in medal contention here in this women's team final. Natalie Vesland scores a 13.833. Helen Kevrick on bars next for Germany. 16 years old. She was just outside the medals in the bars final, finished 4th.
Tall gymnast. Lovely height there. Oh, just a little bend of the legs. Uncharacteristic. Squat half. High Jaeger salto. Very high Stolder Katchev. Some impressive release and catch skills. Plenty of flight down the salto to the low bar, the pack. Shap half, much better in the legs this time around. Just the dismount to go. Full twisting, double back. Another good routine from Germany, just a little bit leggy at the start.
I tell you what, though, for 16 years old, she got some air through that.
She did. She was junior European champion on bars last year, and she's got absolutely wonderful height on those releases. So high above the bar, as high as anyone I've seen, I think.
Huge work by the young German. Relief from Alice after beam. Becky will be up last for Great Britain on beam. Alice Kinsella, 13.233 for Great Britain.
Yep, a big improvement on qualification score.
Alicia D'Amato next up on beam. She was 5th in the beam final. We'll come back to her shortly. Oh, we're going to stay with her.
And that's a super combination. Oh, she's really going for it here. The leap into the free walkover and then the jumps. Building the difficulty very nicely. And joining those ambitious leaps. Good concentration here on the backflip. Oh, look how well she did there, because that foot was right off. But you know, if you've lifted your body up and you're confident enough, you can recover, as she just showed us. Little step there on the front somersault. But good rhythm. And the so popular squat spin. These gymnasts train these routines so many times at home so that they can go through it almost on autopilot. Here comes the dismount, sets up, 2.5 twist, hop forward. She did enormously well to hold on to that.
What a save. Surely that's the save that's won Italy a gold medal. There's still one piece of apparatus left to go, but my word, wasn't too costly. Morgane Osek next to go on floor. She'll be the last of the French gymnasts on floor, the 21-year-old. Judges are ready. Got the green light. 13.4 she scored in qualification.
First tumble, big double twisting, double back. That step out, 0.1. Fabulous tumbler. Huge double layout. Oh, it looks like she just hopped out with both feet there. That's the case, a 0.3. Straight front, walk out, into a double back, third time lucky, she's inside the floor. The original choreography. Big double pike Mike. Very confident routine from the French gymnast. Just those line deductions struggling to keep inside the floor, Christine.
Yeah, she's quite a tall gymnast and she sort of runs powerfully into the tumbles. And you really need to be able to take a step out so that you can afford to step back without going out.
Helen Kevrick, a 13.966 for bars. Big score for her. That height and style there, really pushing that score up.
Well, you can see why she was the junior champion on that piece of apparatus.
Alicia D'Amato, 13.5. Big score. Great save. Well, Great Britain's Becky Downey is last to go on beam. She took a silver medal at the Europeans back in 2015. Come on, Becky. Can she keep Great Britain on the medal podium in this women's team final?
Well, that's a super start. Becky hasn't had so much competition recently, and it's always tricky on the beam when you're short of competition, but that was lovely. Free cartwheel into backflip, that's her acrobatic series. Leap into spin, that will count as her dance passage. Strong free walkover. She's an elegant gymnast, very smooth. Works with pace. One big element here. The side somersault. It's being confident. And here the dismount. Cartwheel 1.5 twist. Not the most difficult, but that was a classy routine.
I'll tell you what, Becky Downey is smashing it here for Great Britain.
That was a very business-like routine. She didn't look like she was going to fall off. She looked really confident from the start, and just that confidence from that fabulous bar routine has transferred over onto the beam. Just what Great Britain needed. Certainly going to keep them in the medal contention position.
One piece to go for Great Britain as the scores keep coming in this rotation. France and Romania neck and neck. Morgane scores at 12.8. How do Romania answer that?
I think France are a little unhappy with those floor scores.
Sabrina Maneka-Voynier took a silver on this piece in the individual apparatus final. Looking to go ahead of France.
Huge difficulty here. Round off, backflip, double twisting, double tuck, but also such a long run that she almost had no room to land. Turns immediately into the next tumble. Here we go. Double straight punch front. I love that tumble. And this is where she has really quite a long wait in the corner that I think the judges will deduct for, but it's another big tumble, full twisting double back, and that was a super landing, that one. Ambitious spins. Just a little pause, runs off 2 feet, double tuck, very nice landing again. There, the leap series that needs to be included, a big smile. For me, that routine is all about the tumbling, and the dance is almost just slotted in to give her a breather, which I'm sure as she matures, she'll be able to do both.
Yeah, and I think in the sort of past 6 months, we've seen her mature as well as a gymnast. I mean, it's certainly genetics plays a part there with her mum, the coach, looking on. She'll be super proud of her performance at this European Championships, and she really is the face of Romanian gymnastics at this moment in time. Certainly what they need, this new wave. And I think the dancing's pretty good, Christine. I do like the routine.
I think it's improved quite considerably.
Becky Downey at 12.833, 8.033 on execution, behind Italy. So all the scores are coming in as they all totaled up. We'll get the scoreboard up for you very shortly. As the gymnasts move around to their last piece of apparatus and start their warm-up, they will get the chance to see some of the routines that were missed in that previous rotation.
Just waiting for Voynia's score, I think. But Great Britain finish on their strongest piece of apparatus. They were the top team on floor, and Italy were the second highest scoring team. So
see the gymnasts warming up here. They warm up as just one team.
Neka Voynia's score is in. It's 13.6. They stay ahead of France. Here's how things look with one piece to go. Italy out in front, ahead of Great Britain in second. Romania have a slight gap there ahead of France. They're sitting in third, Romania, France in fourth. Germany still in fifth, Spain sixth, Sweden seventh, and Netherlands are in eighth. One piece left to go.
I do think France might just edge above, Chris. You're right, they were a lot stronger on vault. They had about 2 marks.
Yeah.
France were the top scorers, and Romania fourth.
They had 2 medalists on vault yesterday, so vault is their strong piece, really, France.
That's a sound to say the next split warm-up, I think. You see the British girls. Oh no, the Italian girls are on the floor now.
Yeah, GB round things up on floor. GB were top qualifiers, just 0.3 ahead of Italy. Romania, France finish on vault. Late charge from the French. And Spain and Netherlands finish their team final on bars. Sweden, Germany over on beam. Well, they've peaked at exactly the right time, this Italian team, for these home championships. It looks like they're going to take this title, even though there's 6 routines to go. 3 of them Italian, 3 of them from Great Britain, but there's some class in that team, Chris.
There is, and you know, they're a team we have fought against. Great Britain, sort of, and Italy have been neck and neck over the years. They had a lot of injuries in the last couple of years, but are much more back to full strength now. And actually, Beam was one of the pieces at the Olympics when Great Britain took the bronze medal. It was Beam that really let Italy down. And it looks to me like they've gone back and really thought, we've got to make
work on this apparatus, absolutely.
So Great Britain then, with their final piece of apparatus, 3 routines stand between them and the medal podium in the women's team final. This is Ruby Evans. And Ruby actually qualified with the 8th highest floor score, but couldn't get into the floor final due to the 2 per country rule. A chance here to show Europe what she can do.
She starts with a very complex forward tumble, straight front into 2.5. Very difficult. And now an extremely difficult backward tumble. Double straight makes that look simple. Elegantly working with the music. Here we see another forward combination, 2 full twists. She needs to be sure this spin gets right the way round, which it does. Super height on those leaps. So we've had 3 very complex tumbles. She has to count this last tumble, so it needs to be strong and high. Double tuck it is. Super double turning jump into that finishing position. What a lead off for Great Britain.
Well, what a fantastic team final Ruby Evans has had. She came here and she's absolutely done her job. Fantastic work.
I absolutely love that routine, full of flair, originality, great technique.
Huge difficulty.
The double back there, it's one of my bugbears when they separate the legs, but the knees were locked together. Big double layout, and again, a gymnast that was going to take so much from this championships. And you can see why she was in 8th place.
Oh, totally.
On the floor.
Roll on Paris, come on.
Yeah, she's a really lovely gymnast all round, actually. Only her 2nd year as a senior.
Romania across on vault with France. Who's going to get that bronze? Cosman.
We'll need every 10th. Oh, and that won't help. What a shame. 1.5 twist in the Yurchenko. Just too high on. I don't think she got her hands barely on the top, so she couldn't block. We'll just have a look here. Yeah, she barely got her hands on the top, and then it's impossible to block to get the height.
Yeah, we haven't really seen much of that, actually, have we? The gymnasts have been very consistent.
Ruby Evans loving her experience out at the Europeans, soaking it up. It'll be so useful for Paris. 13-4. Ruby, we applaud you. Well done. Fantastic.
Well, up from qualification, so you can't ask for any more than that.
No, they were disappointed with her difficulty score, and they didn't count her spin in qualification, so she made sure of it this time.
Manila Esposito, 17-year-old, gold in the all-around, gold on floor in the final yesterday.
But we'll go to beam anyhow.
Gotthard for Germany on beam. Really impressed with this young gymnast. She's just 15 years old, literally just up from the junior ranks.
And the popular change leg leap mount, it's worth a lot of points, and she immediately goes into 2 more leaps. Just the 1.5 spin. The more times you go round, the bigger credit it's given. Good free cartwheel. Now fairly long pause there, but the backflip, the layout, somersault, she nails it. And a lovely front somersault, but the pace of the routine isn't quite that we've seen from some of the other gymnasts, and that will affect her score. But she hits a good split there. And a nice full twisting front dismount. She will be very delighted with herself to have stayed on in the team final.
Yeah, fantastic on vault. Super
A really
on
solid team, this team from Germany. You know, we know they haven't got the difficulty just yet, but they're really good on the execution, and the foundations are there.
Well, fifth in Europe as it stands at the moment, something to build from.
No, they've obviously made that tactical decision.
Marine Boyer, France.
Easily round on the full twist. You can see the strapping on the knee, so she's not working to a maximum, but lovely height there, drifts way above the vault. That'll score well on the execution score. Should be into the 9.
That's going to put them ahead of Romania after their fall. Well, apologies again if you've lost these pictures. I've got a feed that's coming in from Rimini, from Italy, and our technical team on it, working as hard as they can to try and bring you this back. Lilia Kosman scores a 12.066 after her sit down on vault. Barbosu of Romania next to go. 5 difficulty. She's going as hard as she can to try and close the gap between them and France. They were neck and neck after 3.
Well, she's going for a big vault here, the round off, the flip on, the 2 twists off, and she cleanly competed it. Not quite as much lift off the top as some we've seen, but cleanly round.
Yeah, she definitely managed to wrap in that double twist. I think the deduction will be just twisting off the top of the platform. You can see it's a bit of a relief. It's quite a big vault for her.
This final apparatus for everyone.
12.533 for Gotthard. Valuable member of the German team. So Great Britain's Abby Martin. She was 7th in the floor final, just 16 years old.
The mental rehearsal going on.
Whatever it takes.
Yep.
So Great Britain and their second gymnast on floor, and their last piece of apparatus, the second of 3.
And the only piece Abby is doing in this team final. Super full turning jump. And this is such a difficult tumble. Big round off flip, up, 2 twists, 2 somersaults. Just a little pace. Needs to focus again. Another big tumble coming back this way, double straight. And that time she stayed in. Completes her leap series well. Now gymnasts have to have a forward somersault as well as a back. Here's hers, straight front forward into 2.5 twist. And that's clean as well. Very dynamic young gymnast. Come on, Abby, one last tumble. Take it up high, double tuck, she does. Lovely landing.
Well, what a very impressive performance we've seen from Abby Martin here at these Europeans. Really superb stuff, that. Packed with difficulty. Anna Barbosu, 13.8. Ming van Eijken of France, medalist from vault. Van Eijken going for a 5 difficulty. One more vaulter to come after her. Can she do her bit to win France a team medal here? They qualified 3rd.
Pretty impressive vaulting. Oh, huge! The straight front with the 1.5 twist. Surely she's landed France onto the podium with that vault. She really does accelerate from the platform. Such a small gymnast, but look at that, Christine.
Just super timing, isn't it? The twist out of the front somersault.
Well, the French were in 4th, stepping up to their last piece. Joanna Muller. Germans are finishing on beam. Muller, the second of the 3 German gymnasts on beam. 12.9 she scored in qualification.
And although she went for the big change leg leap, the knees were a little bit bent. But that was super. The round off straight. I'm amazed how many of these gymnasts are performing that with ease. It's such a difficult combination. You can see just a little bit short of extension sometimes in the legs. But very precise on the acrobatic work here. Very nicely up on the toes. The spin completed well. But it's a little bit slow. That was a nice sideways passage. And all these gymnasts using the whole length of the beam to run into the dismount, round off, double tuck. That was a good. good tumble. Her acrobatic skills were great.
Another young German gymnast, Elisa Iorio of Italy now, second Italian on floor, 21-year-old.
Round there, the double twist. Easily round, double twist backwards. Showing good flexibility there within the leap passage. There's a change of tempo to the routine, got a control with the spin. Saves a bit of energy for the double pipe back. Just stays inside the floor. Surely these Italians can't be beaten now in this team competition. Yeah. Another solid performance there.
They're through without major deduction, and that is exactly what was needed at this stage of the competition, Chris.
Yes, very much so. They are not using Alicia D'Amato on floor. So we haven't seen so much of Iorio. But this was a classy performance.
See the twin sisters there, Isha and Alice. Van scores a 14.366 for France. Shows fourth at the moment. Colleen de Vuillard, European vault champion, 3 times European vault champion, and capable of big scores here. 14.5 she scored in qualification.
Charges down the vault run up, wraps in again, huge straight front 1.5 twist. She knows it's good enough. That's got to be bronze for France.
Oh, well, there was a lot riding on that. Over in seconds, and goodness me, was that an important performance there from Colleen de Vuillard.
She really is like a long jumper, isn't she? That sprint down and then that huge power.
Well, she was in bits yesterday at the end of the vault final, and I'm sure that means just as much to her to help her win a team a medal. Iorio scores a 12.566 for Italy. Her job is done. One more gymnast to go for Italy on floor. One more gymnast to go for Great Britain on floor. Alice Kinsella, Commonwealth champion, took a silver at the Europeans on floor. What can she do here? Great Britain looking for silver.
Come on, Alice, nail this first tumble, 1.5 twist. Give the triple everything she does. This very difficult, complicated tumble, 2.5 twist. Punch the floor into a full twist. Made it well. The so important spin. Needs to nail these leaps. You have to do 2 difficult leaps in a row. Must concentrate to the very finish. Make sure this double pike lands well, just the merest hop. Oh, delighted with today's performance. That was classy and elegant.
Class act, Kinsella. Absolute magic that was, really super. And you can see how much Alice has enjoyed her championships there. May not have got off to the best of starts, but it's finished with the silver lining, it looks like. There's still another gymnast to go for Italy. And the scores are coming in for France. 14.433 is huge. If we are vaulting France up onto the medal podium. But still, Romania left to go. We join Angela Adrioli of Italy. Sorry, Manila Esposito.
And this beautiful routine expressing and showing her very special skill. So flexible. Beautiful dancer. Opens with a strong double straight. Full twisting, change leg, a little bit out of balance on the first of the spins, but she covered it extremely well. Change of tempo now. 2.5 into the straight front somersault. Not as difficult tumbles as some, but she's got the balance right. She's good at the leaps and the spins. Good, strong double pike, and she's excellent at landing. She's definitely the gymnast of the championships.
Well, going for her 4th gold medal. Surely she's achieved it. What a performance.
Great tumbling, as Christine said. Very precise on the landings. She has everything a floor routine needs. Gold medal number 4. And as you said, Matt, she is the gymnast of these championships.
13.8 for Esposito. It's a huge score. $12.133 for Germany, and they've had fun in this team final. I love this concept of doing the team final on the last day when all of the pressure just ends. Alice Kinsella, 13.633. Scores still coming in.
Improvement on qualification for Alice.
Yes, she's done 3 lovely floor routines, actually.
So now we wrap things up with Italy's last performer on floor. Angela Adrioli, the 17-year-old. She took a bronze medal in the floor final. This then for gold for Italy.
Control the spin well, preparing for this first tumble. 2 whips, 2 flicks, stands up, full twisting double back, better than yesterday. Love that tumble, the full twist, immediate double back. Original and risky. Slow the routine. Needs to move a quicker out to the corners. Front walk out into the double pipe back. Smallest of adjustments. Finishing with a flourish. What a performance from the Italian to take the team gold, surely, Matt.
And finishing with a roar and a standing ovation. I mean, it really has been a masterclass of gymnastics by this Italian team. They've peaked just at the right time. And every single routine, Chris, has been sensational that we've seen the Italians do.
Yep, they've really come together at the right time, and clever routines, clever construction. But really, actually, you have to say, Great Britain, with a lot of youngsters in the team, have matched them on every piece other than beam.
Yeah.
Certainly have, and we didn't see all the beams, so I think we must have carried a fall, so it'll be very, very close.
I love that full twist into the immediate double back.
I can't remember the last time I saw that on the floor. Back in the day that they've been given originality.
Well, they were without one of their key gymnasts, and there she is, Asia. You can see all the effort, everything she put in. She was in the team, she got injured in qualification, but what strength in depth to call upon, and each and every one of them have stepped up and played their part in what looks like it's going to be the gold medal for Italy. They're getting ready for their celebrations. Everyone's eyes glued on the scoreboard.
And this will send a message about the Paris Olympics. Italy will be the team to beat.
There it is, 13.533. They haven't seen it yet, but I can tell you, you are European champions. There they are. Well deserved as well. Silver last year, they take the gold this year in front of a home crowd. And they take the title with absolute style, class, difficulty, execution, the lot.
Absolutely, worthy winners, great team. We've seen them grow through the years.
Real emotion from the injured Asia D'Amato. Couldn't play her part, but my word, she will have done in the run-up to these championships. France, they take the bronze medal ahead of Romania, but Great Britain, they take the silver. Champions last year couldn't retain their title, but my word, did those young gymnasts that stepped up for Team GB play their part to keep them on the medal podium and to keep them amongst the best in Europe. But there are your champions for 2024. Italy win the women's team final. Great Britain take silver and France the bronze. Well, what a team final we saw, Chris. I mean, and there wasn't many falls, to be fair, were there?
No. It's been a very good championships. You know, we've really not seen many falls at all. We've seen gymnasts doing beautiful gymnastics, whatever their level is. Very good coaching, very good assessment of the level that they can comfortably perform. And I think, you know, I'm absolutely delighted for the British girls. And they're delighted too.
Well,
absolutely.
Becky Downey absolutely pulled out all of the stops today. She really did, and really played her part with bars and with beam. Solid, assured performance, but just couldn't catch the Italians. There's Alice Kinsella. A sterling job from her to win another medal, another silver medal. Ruby Evans. International medals all round.
Well, it was a great team effort. Everybody really played the part. And yeah, it's 2 marks, but actually if you think about it, we've got 2 fantastic gymnasts sat at home, you know, and with that, with those girls back in the team, then you know, it's going to take some to beat. But brilliant, I think, for Becky there to make that decision to go all out in that routine, and that should give her the confidence to know that that's the routine she should be putting out in Paris. She'll need that in qualification because the standard was so good, but she's just sent, you know, a real clear message to the rest of the world. She's back in business, and just fabulous. Everybody's done a great team effort, coaches, staff, the lot. And great to see Romania as well, so well.
There's the results then. Italy, they take the title. It was silver last year. They take the gold ahead of Great Britain. A mixture of experience and youth wins the silver medal for Great Britain. France, they take the bronze ahead of Romania. Spain 5th, Germany 6th, Netherlands 7th, and Sweden finish in 8th. What a team final. Well, I'm excited about Paris now. And actually what those young gymnasts, you know, Ruby Evans, Abby Martin, what they'll have learned from that, because you can't replicate this kind of environment, Chris.
No, and they will take it back, and there's still, what do we say, 82 days to work and
plenty
make
of time,
progress.
Chris, plenty of time.
Yeah. But no, and actually all the coaches will take back some of, you know, to have a look at how routines went and little changes we need to make to tweak to be sure that we get the start values we want.
Yeah, I do. I think they've done fantastic. It's a real big ask for the team going out to Paris, you know, with a lot of inexperience. But again, they've got the opportunity to go out there and give it their all. I think there's the potential maybe for some all-round medals, maybe out in Paris on the women's side. But yeah, they've just got to keep themselves fit, wrapped up in cotton wool if possible.
Yep.
I mean, it was a huge day, wasn't it, for Becky and for Alice? I mean, Alice now is one of the most experienced members on that team. You know, suddenly overnight you sort of step up, don't you? And the dynamic within the team just literally changed in 24 hours.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to say the likes of Becky and Alice play a huge part in the team with these younger gymnasts because they're the role models, and how they carry themselves in the training and just the way they are, it will shape the future of these young gymnasts. I mean, they're massive role models to gymnasts all over the country, but now they're needed more than ever by this young team around them.
And actually, Chris, you must be delighted with the way that these younger gymnasts have that difficulty. They've done it all in the training gym, but it's one thing to do it in the gym, it's another thing to come out and actually be able to perform it.
Oh yes, they've done very, very well, the youngsters, but they are we do have a good competitive programme in Britain, in that if you come through that, you've learnt how to compete, you know. We don't have a sort of system where you just select those you think are going to be great and just hothouse them. They have to win their place all the time, and so they have learnt through the ranks how to be gritty in competition.
But, I mean, here we are witnessing Italy back on the top spot. And across every single piece, you were saying earlier how they've gone and worked on beam and what, I mean, right across all 4 pieces. I mean, they're going to be a challenge in Paris.
They are going to be a challenge in Paris, and
I think they'll miss Elite J a little bit. It depends how quick she can get back from injury. She was stood up there, so
I think they've said it's an ACL.
Right, so she'll be out.
With
Asia. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that could be a bit of an issue for that team. We've got some very strong teams, you know, around the rest of the world. So, yeah, it's certainly going to be a fabulous Olympic Games. I cannot wait.
Are you quite confident that Great Britain could make the team final in Paris?
Yes. I mean, we didn't win here, but we weren't very much off the mark. And the gymnasts, they haven't been very settled on beam here for whatever reason, but they've got the work. It can be worked on.
Yeah, I do think a team final is not too unreasonable to ask for, you know. And I mean, if Becky puts a bar routine like that, she's potential medal contender. Yeah, you know, and hopefully that'll give her a bit of confidence now to put that routine together. Well,
I mean, it looked flawless today. The confidence she came out with, and she, you know, whatever she's done and got herself, you know, it takes real courage to come out and do what she did today. Yeah. And she did it.
Yeah. I think she felt, actually, because when she'd failed yesterday, I know that the first thing she said was, I'd like to do it again tomorrow. You know, I think she felt she was only just missing it, and she just needed, like you said, the practice under the competition conditions. And so
she only
got
just missed it. She only just missed it. We're talking millimetres.
It was unbelievably close. It doesn't get any closer.
No, it doesn't. So to come back, like you say, and do that, and in that environment.
But she could have said, you know what, I'm not going to bother, I'm going to play it safe today. Yeah. But she didn't.
We'd have still ended up with a silver. Yeah. You know, and I think it's for those guys, the coaches and the gymnasts, to make decisions. We just stand here, sat here talking about it like everybody at home will have their opinion. You know, we give our opinion based on our experience, like everybody else is an expert with it. But I do think it was the best thing to do, and hopefully she'll carry that forward. But enjoy the moment.
Well, out come the gymnasts to receive their medals in this women's team final. It's the 3rd gold for Italy. Great Britain get their 5th silver. I mean, this is their 6th medal at European level in the team final. I mean, this is becoming, they're making a habit of it, Chris. It's regular.
They are, and you know, they go expecting, and people expect us to produce that sort of performance, which is always good. Yeah.
Well, France get their 4th team medal in the team final. They had to wait for the final piece of apparatus for them vault to be able to vault well ahead of Romania, but they did it. Again, it's a team of youth and experience in there. And Aishkan and we are on the end, a perfect example of that. The old and the new. But each and every one of them played their part in that bronze medal. And Great Britain, for the 6th time in their history, step up onto the European team medal podium on the women's side. Alice, Georgia May, Becky Downey, Ruby Evans and Abby Martin, along with their coach Molly. What a fantastic performance. And up they go to receive the silver medal. The team final. But we've pretty much heard Italy in every single final here. And the team one is no exception. It's their 3rd gold medal in the history of the Women's Team Championship. They took a silver medal last year, but this year is a golden one for them. Prepped perfectly for Paris. And Asia Damata gets a huge roar took a big injury in qualification. She won't be able to compete in Paris, but helped up onto the podium. And there they are, champions of Europe. Italy take gold. Great Britain the silver, and France the bronze. It was a team final that went toe-to-toe, every routine, Craig.
It was brilliant, and we've been talking about this new format of having the team competition at the end, and I really think it's a real climax to the championships. I love it because everybody's involved right to the end. Yeah. You know, they come along in the all-round competition or the apparatus finals to support the team, and then they're all back together. So they're all training in the gym, and it can be a bit, you know, lonely if you've qualified through to finals and your team's finished. So yeah,
but it wraps everything up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And for those gymnasts that may have had a bit of a disappointment in the individual, where you feel very alone and what have you, just brings you all together as the team, and you're all up there having a medal, you know? I think it's wonderful.
I absolutely love it. I'm not sure this will be the format at the Olympic Games, but yeah, Italy were by far the standout nation. Unlike last weekend in the men's competition, the men didn't dominate at all, but the women, like you say, have just got everything on point for this championships.
Well, the flags will be flying in Italy for a good few hours yet. Italy gold, Great Britain silver, and France third. Well, it's a golden finish for Italy. And Great Britain should be very, very proud of themselves indeed with that well-earned silver medal. And France will be celebrating too. But a final word, Chris, on these women's Europeans ahead of Paris?
Well, everybody looks in great shape, and it's going to be a wonderful competition in Paris. 82 days to just put right any little tweaks, but it was a very impressive day.
The European challenge will be a strong one as far as continent's concerned in Paris. And Craig?
Well, I'm just excited to see everybody make those final tweaks. These last few days or weeks are so important. I think we're going to have a great Olympic Games.
Couldn't agree more. Well, the sun is shining, we know, out in Italy, and no doubt the British team will be enjoying a little stroll on the beach before they head back. A moment to relax, take stock, and to celebrate a fantastic achievement. You know, the plans had to change last minute, but my word, the youngsters that stepped in have played their part, and they certainly haven't disappointed. If you would like to see highlights of everything that we've shown today, then you can join myself and Beth Tweddle from 7 o'clock on BBC 3. But we hope that you've enjoyed these Women's Europeans as much as we have. We will, if you don't join us on BBC 3, we'll see you out in Paris in 82 days' time. From all of us here and the new Women's European Champions, Italy, goodbye.